Hello everybody and welcome to the official ESN Groningen Students Podcast. I'm your new host Cedric Zink.
Woo!
And I'm doing my Erasmus for the next 6 months at the Hanse in Electrical Engineering. And I'm super excited to introduce the new ESN board, the 37th edition, in this episode. I'm very happy to have you here on this episode. And we will start the round with some names, name-dropping, positions and favorite movies as a quick introduction.
Okay, so my name is Maartje. I'm the president of the executive board this year. And my favorite movie, I find it really hard to choose one favorite movie, but if I have to say one, I would say Stardust. And the reason that I always name it as my favorite movie is because it has romance, adventure, like it just has a lot of categories into one, so I really like it.
Nice. I'm Dora. I'm the public relations coordinator, and my favorite movie is hands down The Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love it so much.
Very nice.
I love Wes Anderson.
I'm Amelie, and I'm the secretary of the 37th board. And honestly, I'm really bad with movies, but I would say my most recent favorite movie was Challengers. Because
True.
everything about the movie, amazing. It kept me on the edge of my seat until like the end, and I loved it. And I would love to see it many times again.
My name is Bia. I'm the external relations coordinator of ESN Groningen, and my favorite movie is The Hangover.
Nice.
I'm Oscar, I'm the treasurer, and I don't know my favorite movie, but I can say The Impossible.
Okay, I'm Libby, I'm the integration coordinator, and favorite movie, very difficult. But aesthetics-wise, definitely Codename Uncle is among the top ones.
Good choice.
I have no idea what these movies are.
I need to do some catching up after the episode. Gonna move on with what are common cliches about your nationalities, and then afterwards reveal your nationality. So
Okay.
do like a game, or
Yeah,
you can also start with revealing it just straight up. But
No, that's not as fun. People can guess it in the beginning. The biggest cliche that women have mustaches.
okay.
That they have mustaches. That we drink a lot of wine. That we really, really like football. Yeah, I think that's basically it.
In my country, we really think about the mustache.
Yeah.
Well, in my
It's
country,
incorrect, actually, as you can see. Actually, don't look at it. It might be there, actually. Never mind.
No, you can say anything.
in my country, the most famous things, people taking naps,
Mhm.
people partying a lot, lazy people. So apparently we are not that working people, but well, here I am working. And I think also about the football. No, I wanted to say, dancing. I don't want to say exactly that dance because that will be too easy, but I think it's already easy. So,
The hips.
and the hips,
I think for mine, first of all, that we are very direct, very rule-oriented. Cars, football as well. And the train. The train is a big one.
The train, yeah.
Called sadness.
Okay, and now we're gonna do the reveals.
Okay, so I'm from Portugal, so yes.
The dance I wanted to say is flamenco, so Spain.
Which is really obvious.
Yes, Germany. Yay.
Yeah, we share nationalities, really nice, so I can just...
Okay, so my nationality is Dutch. I feel like I have two main stereotypes that come to mind. One would be like really cautious with spending money. The whole like ticky.
Oh my god, dear god.
Dutch people are like really cautious with their money. And the other one would be that we're very direct. I know that in a lot of cultures people try to always like kind of sugarcoat things, maybe are a bit more careful, and then they get shocked when they arrive to the Netherlands and people just say exactly what they think.
I'm from Serbia, and I think this is more of like a Balkan thing in general, but I think whenever you go back home, like, you never stop eating, ever. Ever. Like, you...
Isn't that like any international student?
No, fair, but it's crazy. Like Balkan grandmas are on like another level. Like, you have had 5 plates, not enough. You need another 5. That's the only thing I can think of right now. But yeah, a lot of really good food as well. That I miss so much. But it's okay.
Well, I'm French. I'd say the main thing that people have told me when I like told them, oh, I'm French, is like, oh, but you're so nice. Like French people are usually super mean.
Right.
All right. Well,
That's
don't
true.
look at me like
Yeah, sure, you're super nice.
no,
Love
but
you
like
so much.
no. Usually people tell me like, oh, but like French people. Oh my god, French people are so arrogant. But yeah, I'd say
But
that's the main
Amelie is
thing.
not. We love you so
Yeah,
much.
exactly. Like, you're the nicest person.
Yeah, defying stereotypes.
Woo!
And I wanted to ask you, like, what were typical culture shocks when you came to Groningen? Like, I'm not sure if you had that much as being Dutch, but
Yeah, so I'm Dutch, but I grew up in Portugal, and there's definitely a lot of cultural differences there. I think one of the main things, I did experience the directness quite a lot. I thought I was prepared for that, and I wasn't really. I thought people were quite direct in the beginning, and also a little bit more closed off, I think. I think probably it's a bit more of a general Southern European thing to be very open, very friendly, and I feel like here people are a bit more doing their own thing, not letting people in as easily. And one of the things that showed me that was, for example, going out. Like if you go out on a night in Lisbon, you would never stay with your group. Like everybody always.
Well, that kind of sounds like our nights out. I'm not gonna lie. Goodness me.
Good point.
Oh my god.
No, but normally you just mix and you chat to everyone, and I feel like here you go out with your group and you
And you
kind of
stay
stay
with your group.
group.
Yeah.
So that was one of the
Yeah,
things where
yeah.
it's like, oh, we should go talk to them, and everyone would be like,
Why?
why? Do you know them? I'm like, no, but we could.
That's cute though.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a nice approach. We don't really have that here.
That's the thing. In the Netherlands, I feel like it's always in packs. Like you're always in
Yeah.
groups. You're always sticking.
Yeah.
If one
True,
person's
actually.
gone,
Yeah.
you're like, wait,
Yeah.
where did we lose them or anything?
I grew up in the UAE, so the culture shock, the culture shock coming here was crazy. Like it is like two polar opposites. Like I love both in their own way, but I don't know. Like I remember the first moment I got here, I was like with my dad, and we were just looking around in awe because like the architecture is different, the food is very very different. Like, woo! To this day, I still haven't tried. What is it called? Haring?
Having, yeah.
Having.
Yeah, the food, like the people, like I feel, yeah, it's such a difference. And each of them have their own like positives. But yeah, it was really nice to have such a new experience because obviously you come to uni and you meet new people and you meet new cultures, and the UAE is very international, but this is international kind of in a different way. I don't really know how to explain it, but I really enjoyed the difference. It was very refreshing.
Yeah, I don't really remember. Like, I mean, I guess there wasn't much of a culture shock because, like, coming from France, south of France, like, it was like I was like, oh my god, everything's so beautiful. Like, the buildings are nice. Like, but it's like, it wasn't that much of a culture shock. I think, oh my god, I think the biggest thing was how clean everything was.
Yeah.
Because
That's very real.
I also realized that this summer when I was going back home I was by train, and I was like, the second we like went over the border, like out of the Netherlands, I knew I was out of the Netherlands because
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like, I don't know, for some reason things were just not as clean as anymore. And that's one thing that I remember. It took me a few months. I was like, damn, but everything is so clean. This is so nice. But yeah, and then just a little small thing that I thought was really cute is that like everywhere where I would go for like groceries or anything, like people or like the people in the stores or anything would all be like, oh, have a nice day, have a good day, have a great day. And for me that was really weird, and like whenever I go back to France now I do the same because I've gotten used to it here. But it's like people don't necessarily do it, but like you can see like they have a little smile when I say it because I've gotten so accustomed to it. But here I feel like it's really normal. It's like, oh, fine it up, like have a nice day, or like it's all these kind of things. So
let's go.
yeah. But yeah, so that was just a tiny thing. But I think the biggest thing the most thing that I appreciated the most was like how neat everything is. It's
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah, that's true.
So
But-
no real culture shocks, more culture reliefs.
yeah, exactly.
For me, it was definitely the Dutch directness in the sense of like sometimes, yeah, like fine. But I think there was one time like my landlord, actually my first year, this is a crazy story. My landlord, 2 weeks after I moved out, he passed away. And then I was speaking to some people about it, and then they say, oh, we actually knew him. We knew your landlord. And I was like, oh my god, really? And I got like, it's like sensitive topic, like the man passed away, it's kind of like heavy. So I was like, oh, like I'm really sorry. And they're like, yeah. But oh well, like, do you want some tea? And I was like, oh, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. That's fair enough. And they were so low key about it. And I was like, this is crazy, because they're like, oh yeah, he came to our house like a few times before he died. Yeah, so moving on, what do you want to drink? And I was like, okay, weird. And also the bikes, like having to ride my bike. Like, I think the third day I was here, I got ran over by another bike during the night, just because I was confused where to go. So I just got ran over. And I was like, oh, like, he's gonna stop. He's gonna ask me how I am. He literally looked down at me. I was on the floor, like, I flew out of my bike. I was on the floor. He looked down at me and he went, he said something in Dutch. And then he drove away angrily. And I was on the floor bleeding. So, yeah.
Wow. In my cultural shocks, meals, like food. I come from Spain. You know that we eat really well there, especially during lunch. It's like a heavy meal for us. Here it's kaasbroodje.
Yeah.
It was sad for me, but I have really got used to that. So now I also eat kaasbroodje.
Feeling accustomed.
Yeah. And another thing, when I was in Spain, my expectations were like Dutch people were really like close to a friend, like only to their circle. That depends on the context, but for me, like the experience that I have had is like they're more open than I was expecting. So that's positive shock for me. And I could also mention the bikes. Like now when I go to Spain, I feel really strange that I don't bike. Yeah. It's like I ride my bike here for even 1 minute trip. So it's like, okay, where's my bike when I'm in Spain? Yeah, those were my
very good ones.
Yeah. I think for me there were actually not too many culture shocks.
Well, you are from Germany.
Yeah, I think sorry.
Netherlands 2.0.
That's not true. I just wanted to say, because I did not have too many culture shocks, but it's still a different country. Like, it's still a different culture. Like, we have to appreciate that we have to. Anyway, but yeah, I also wanted to say probably because it's still like a neighbor country, so there are not too many differences in that kind of way. Maybe like the only thing is like the amount of bikes here, because I did bike a lot when I was like in my hometown, but there were like a lot less bikes, and here like a lot more. But it was in a way, it was also a very nice culture shock, because here you actually have like roads for the bikes. So I like that.
I also remembered one. This is not the Netherlands, but it's Groningen specifically. The clubs being free and just club hopping the entire night when going out. Absolutely 10 out of 10 performance. Groningen, good job.
Honestly, yes.
Being able to have a pub crawl every night that you go out.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you end up choosing Groningen as your new home, study destination, and also what have you been studying before commuting to the ESN board?
So I studied, I'm still studying. I'm in my second year, doing this gap year sort of in board year, and then going back to my third year. But I was doing European and international law. I always wanted to like be in the field of law since I was like 12 or something. My biggest dream was to go study in Cambridge University in England, and I actually applied to go there. I applied to go there, to Liverpool, and to King's College, and in the end I ended up getting into those colleges. But the thing was, I was smart enough to get in. I wasn't smart enough to get the full ride scholarship, and unfortunately I did not have the money to pay for it. But I really wanted to study in English in particularly, because I wanted to study abroad. So then basically I got like somebody was talking to me and like kind of like helping me enroll in the UK, and they're like, hey, actually, if you really want to study abroad and like financially just not possible to go to the UK, a really new big city that people are going to now is the Netherlands, and like super good universities. The education is like top, and you can still have everything just cheaper because it's EU. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. So I ended up applying to Amsterdam and Groningen. And then I got into Groningen, and actually it was a funny story because I was not supposed to be here at all. I was gonna drop out because I was so exhausted with all the process of like coming. I was in the couch, and the University of Groningen sent me an email saying, hey, actually, your like, how do you say it? Like your, like when you sign up to go to university?
Enrollment?
Yeah, your enrollment is not complete because we need this from your school. And I was so tired. I was like, I'm so sick. I was like, I'm not sending it. I'm just not going to go. I'm going to stay in Portugal. And my mom was next to me. She's like, oh, are you serious? Oh, after everything, are you just like going to drop? Like you send your application to so many like universities. You can't just quit now. So me, very angrily, I was like, I'm not even going to get in. This is so stupid. I was like sending the documents. And then 2 days later, I'm out with my friends, living my best life. And I received, hey, you've been accepted into the University of Groningen. I was like,
damn.
Okay, let's go. And then I came. No, that's kind of weird.
Out of pure joy.
No. And then I came to Groningen.
Well, I was studying in Madrid. I was doing a double degree in business administration and marketing. And in my fourth year, I wanted to go on a change, Erasmus, ESN, yeah. And I don't know why, but every time that someone asked me, which country would you like to go for Erasmus? And I was always Belgium or the Netherlands. Why? Why do you like the blue? Why do you like the red? I don't know exactly for me. And then I was going to change that in my list of preferences because I was like, oh, the Netherlands is a little bit too expensive.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know. Like my countries were like Czech Republic, Poland, and 1 hour before the deadline, I was like, no, the Netherlands.
Ooh.
And I already, I also got like different alternatives here. It was COVID times, so a lot of minors were cancelled. And like I had one here at the Hanse for marketing, and it was cancelled. So they offered me something about, what was that? Business consultancy or something like that. I don't remember that well. And I was like, yeah, Groningen. Like, I also said, saw that it was really student city and everything. Like, was perfect city for Erasmus. I said here, it was COVID times, lockdown and everything. So I was like, I still want to live the experience. So I decided to stay longer. I did my internship here, stay longer because I like that. I like the people here. And yeah, I ended up studying my master here also in marketing analytics. And yeah, almost done with that.
And all bored.
Yeah, and now bored, yeah.
Yeah, I also, like, after I finished high school, I also really wanted to study abroad, and then I did a gap year first. I wanted to go to Peru for traveling. Yeah, but then Corona hit, and then it was not possible anymore, so I did an internship. And then my plan was, because, as I mentioned, I wanted to study abroad anyway, I wanted to go to Copenhagen to study there, and I wanted to study psychology, because, like, in school I always liked, like, the mathematics and biology studies a lot. But I was like, oh, okay, I still want to do something with, like, people. And I was like, oh, okay, psychology is kind of like a combination of both. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then me, a genius, found out that, like, in Copenhagen, they obviously don't have psychology necessarily in English. And well, I was like, it's a very progressive country. So, like, maybe they have, like, programs in English, but they only had, like, the masters in English. And I was like, okay, which country has, like, kind of the same vibe? And then, like, a teacher from high school actually also recommended Netherlands, and specifically Groningen. And then I applied for Groningen and Maastricht. And in the end, I was lucky enough that I could choose. And then I chose for Groningen because, yeah, the vibe was nicer from what I read. Also, I think, like, for psychology, it's literally, like, in the top 30 worldwide. So I was like, yeah, if I get in there, I'm going to go there. And then I went, and now I just finished my bachelor in psychology, and now I'm doing, or, like, I'm enrolled officially already, but I'm not starting. But I'm enrolled in a master for behavioral and cognitive neurosciences.
Oh, nice.
I really wanted to study human rights law. I always knew that I wanted to do that. So I kind of chose my bachelor to be able to do that master. And my options were to study Dutch law or international law, and Groningen was the only place that offered international law as a bachelor.
Yeah.
So it was a bit by default, but I'm super happy.
She's like, accidentally, I didn't choose it here.
I didn't know Groningen before, so it was kind of like I had to. I kind of just ended up here for my studies, like, specifically. But I'm super happy that I did, because I really love Groningen. I think it's an amazing city. So
No regrets.
no regrets at all.
Yeah, so I was originally going to go to the UK, and then I think, Brexit happened, and I think a lot of like EU students in general, that kind of ruptured their university path, and that kind of happened with me as well, because it was like a very big change. And then my friend who studies in a different part of the Netherlands, like, she just said, why don't you consider, I think it was Amsterdam first, and I applied in Amsterdam, and then my other friend also mentioned Groningen, like, just casually, and then I applied to both, and then I chose to come here because I think I've lived in, like, a big city my entire life, and so I wanted to experience a smaller city. And honestly, I'm so happy I came here because Amsterdam is beautiful, but there's it is super busy, and there's, like, a certain charm to Groningen. I just love it here, and yeah, I'm so happy I came here. And that's kind of how I came. So
Oh.
by accident, but a happy accident. Moving on.
For me, it was I studied in a like not IB, but like a branch of IB in a high school in France, and I knew I wanted to go do my studies in English. Like I was like, I don't want to do them like in France in English. I want to go to another country where like I'm actually going to be able to also discover another country in that sense. Had never been to the Netherlands. I wanted to do law, and I was it was a tie between Maastricht all the way south. The Hague or Groningen. And I knew one girl who studied in Groningen, and she was telling me, oh my god, it's so much work and the degree is so intense and everything. But
great.
then I
Isn't that
used
what you signed up for.
it is what I signed up for, you know. But yeah, no. And then I just did some little research on Groningen, and then I watched good old YouTube videos of
Real.
Yeah,
I watched a walkthrough of someone biking through Groningen, and I was like, wait, it's so pretty, you guys.
And I did.
It's
I
so
tried.
real.
I tried to find. You know how like people are like, oh, study vlog in London, but
Yeah.
of course, like
Yeah.
study vlog in London is not like as like widespread for Groningen because like there's not a lot of people who do that here. And I found one video of this one girl. I don't remember her name, and it was super cute and it was super sweet. And then I watched a bunch of other videos on Groningen, like Groningen history, like a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, this seems so fun. Maastricht looked really pretty. The Hague was my third option, and then I was like, you know what, Mom? I think I'm going to Groningen. She was like, okay, let's book a little flight to Amsterdam. And I remember the day that I first got here, and we like walked the two huge suitcases that my mom and I had on the cobblestone.
Stop.
And I remember like before I came up here, like the first day, like I remember how I picture the city and how I picture it now, and it's super cute and it's such a nice memory, and I'm very happy that I'm here.
So, how do you spend your free time in Groningen?
What time? What time,
Yeah.
Cedric? What time during board year?
Are we going
Every time was that.
Do you really want to?
What free time?
Yeah,
Do you still have free time in the board?
Don't have free time anymore.
Apply for the board.
apply for the board.
I'm a late. No, but for real, you can meet really cool people if you apply for the boards that do it.
So
You
true.
can, you can.
Exactly.
We're the example.
So free time at working is all board.
No,
No.
no. We've made it like a choice to make sure that we also have our time outside of all everything.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
try to really prioritize that.
Yeah, such health queens.
Try to have like an answer that
Yeah.
showcases Groningen a little bit, and that's not like, oh, I like to watch series or read a book in my
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Oh, I have one. This is something I kind of discovered here.
Zolder.
Because exactly.
One thing about Dora.
One thing about her is Zolder. You'll see me at Zolder every single week. It is such a good place to just go and have fun. And where I grew up, there wasn't that much of like a music scene, and here there really is.
There's
like
so much.
arts and culture is so vibrant and rich here, and it is so beautiful to see. And there's jam sessions all around the city that play different types of genres and music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Zolders is one of them.
Yeah.
Another one that's
Not
great.
sponsored.
Not sponsored.
At all. Also the USFA jam once a month. Shout out USFA. Love you guys. Super great. Yeah,
They are affiliated, right?
Yes.
yeah. I think. No, I'm kidding.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
Let's go.
Yeah, they're great. Love
Edit
them. Really. Yeah, please do actually.
Yeah.
Guys, continue.
Okay. I personally really love to go on walks in the Noorderplantsoen. Because I feel like
Yes.
Cute.
in the city there's not really
I
a
agree,
lot
though.
of nature.
Yeah.
So I really love to go on a little walk there. I also really, really love coffee. So what I like to do is just go on a walk, get a coffee somewhere. Like I try out different
Aw.
places, and then I take my coffee on my walk with me.
Cute.
Yeah, that's super
Yeah.
cute.
That's
Yeah.
true, yeah.
Yeah. In general, I think I'm just like seeing friends. Like I try to make time to see friends.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. I mean, in these months, find me at Consti's a lot. But no. But I'm trying to see my friends, just having lunch, having a coffee, having like a brunch. I don't know, like here and there, different places in town. I love the city center like for being small for that, because like if one place doesn't work, you just find another cute little place. But yeah, no, just in general, also like just trying to go for some sports. Doing some little aqua courses here and there. Yeah, free time.
Can you recommend a certain aqua course where
Oh
we
my
can
god.
find you?
I have never done the courses, but I do the group lessons.
Ah.
Like, so a bunch of different group lessons. Last year, like, because I just renewed my aqua membership as well, so I'm
Shout out to them as well. No sponsorship.
yeah. Last year I used to go a lot to like their yoga classes, their body fit classes, or their body pump, which now is called Power.
Power.
So yeah. And they also have 7:30 a.m. yoga classes in Zernike.
Wow.
And are you gonna go?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll write that down and get
Or in
back
the
to you in
morning.
about 3 business days. Thank you.
But yeah, just I think it's really nice also to get some other energy rather than sitting in the office
Yeah,
or
that's
like
true.
doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, Noorder Pontoon is also great for that,
Yeah.
for sure.
I love the Pilates classes at ACLO.
Exactly. But they, oh my god, they get so full so
I
quickly.
know.
Yeah, my next question would be, what is an unusual thing or an absurd, an unusual habit or an absurd thing that you love or do?
An unusual habit. Something that I don't find unusual, but people comment on, is
Oh.
I'm quite season bounded.
Oh.
So I have like
Yeah.
certain music that I'll only listen to with bad weather or
That's
with good
cute.
weather.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Or
Cool.
like the recipes, I'll be like, you can't eat pumpkin in the summer. Like it's not,
Yeah.
it's not the
Please.
season.
It's
You know?
not allowed.
So I really
My grandmother
change
would
with
beg
the
to differ,
seasons.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm sorry.
No, that was crazy. Okay. Yeah, no, I remember this one day, like, we came to the office and Marcia was wearing white jeans and she was like, guys, this is terrible. Like, it's autumn. You don't wear white jeans in autumn.
That's true. It's such a summer thing.
yeah.
I'm just behind on my laundry.
It's okay. You look beautiful. It's okay. That's
Very
all that
relatable,
matters.
very
Yeah,
relatable.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I actually don't know what to answer.
Cold showers.
What? Am
Cold showers.
Are you
doesn't surprise me.
insane? Cold shower. Yeah,
Like,
like, actually,
once-
Amelie is very
I feel
much
like
the type
Amelie
of
would do
like goes to the office
But,
at 6
okay,
a.m.
do you
like,
take-
I wish I could.
So you take-
It's not open before this.
But
Just
is
kidding.
it a full cold shower, or do you have a normal shower and then you rinse off cold?
No, like I've done full cold showers. Not to like appear like a crazy person, but like once a week, like not every day.
not to appear like a crazy person, Patrick Bateman
Yeah.
reincarnated.
Shut
Are
up!
you
So
crazy?
far we have cold showers and yoga lessons at 7:30.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's it. I'm done. Stop speaking right now.
Okay, let me. Unusual habit. This is nothing related to hobbies, but I have this very weird food-related thing. I don't think none of you, I don't think anyone in Groningen knows this about me. Like, there's not a single friend. So now I'm telling it to the entire city. I love eating bananas with cheese. Like, get a banana and wrap it with cheese.
Okay, I have to try that.
Yeah, and it's so good. And don't make that face, Nora. It's good. It's a bomb, okay? And it's so good. And I never told anyone this in a Groningen, but
Wow.
yes.
So you,
Try it out.
You can be glad you're listening to the podcast right now.
Try it out. It's good. My dad used
Which
to eat it all the
cheese?
time. Like just cheese. Like it has.
Basic cheese.
Yeah, don't. I was gonna say the F
skeptical of
word. I was gonna. Don't slap some cheddar cheese on it. That's not the point. Just like good jumbo, normal cheese, not the old weird ass cheese. Just new, like the green packaged cheese with a little banana. Wrap it around.
Jonkas.
Jankas with, how do you say banana in Dutch?
Bananen.
Banaan. Jankas with banaan. Thank you. Thank me later.
Met banan.
Met banaan.
Now we invented a new Dutch recipe.
Actually sounds kind of Dutch.
It sounds
considering
kind of
like the
Dutch,
weird
yeah.
combinations, you know.
Do you also put like Nutella or like
No,
chocolate
no, that's
pasta or
actually
peanut butter?
disgusting. I would never do that. It's cheese. Anything else is detrimental to the human being health.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. The only thing you should be putting on a banana is cheese.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we know.
My hobbies. If I have free time, well, I said that before I came to Groningen because of Erasmus, and a lot of my friends they just say that after 3 years and a half, I'm still in Erasmus. So with Erasmus Live, going out a lot, just hanging out with friends and everything. But since last year, I started also playing volleyball with Donitas. This is free promo.
Shout out!
So yeah, I like when I'm not with ESN, I'm with Donitas, another like Dutch volleyball association. Really nice, and I really enjoy that. So yeah.
Nice.
Yes, my hobbies. I think I mentioned that it's also a bit difficult to like squeeze it in with the board year and everything. But I also, I went out a lot. Like I love partying in Groningen.
Okay,
It's amazing.
chillax, Louis.
No, it's true. Like I did go out a lot. I love partying and dancing in Groningen. Like I go sober. I don't mind. I just enjoy it. And then I also did a lot of like tennis. Tennis is like my big passion since I moved to Groningen. I also play with a club. It's a GSTC. The red and white ones. Yeah, well, it's their colors.
What about the colors?
There are also other very nice clubs from what I heard. But I'm with them for now. And I love tennis or like any racket sport basically. Padel, also amazing. And then I also did a lot of squash. So like any racket sport, I'm always down for it.
Table tennis and badminton also.
Yeah, sure, of course,
Okay.
of course. But tennis is like the number one for sure. Yeah, I want to say I also like to read, but I barely have time for that at the moment, or like
Fair.
ever before, because I had to read so much for my studies. And what else? Oh yeah, I also like if I have really time, I also like to like bullet journal a lot. Like you know bullet journaling? You have like a little journal, but then you don't only write into it. Oh my god. But like
Someone moved the table.
Sorry.
down.
The desk elevated.
It wasn't 83. No? 82? It's okay. Sorry, I was just drinking.
Anyway, to finish off, bullet journaling is when you like it's like writing a diary, but also like scrapbooking. What do you call that?
Mhm.
I don't know. You make it like pretty. You put like some pictures in there. You draw a
So
little
artsy,
bit.
artsy.
Yeah, like
diaries.
artsy in a way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You said you were a nerd. I feel like you still are, Livy. I feel like
I don't have any time for it at
Is
the moment.
is
But
that
like,
your unusual habit?
that's like very popular,
Okay,
guys.
okay,
That's
fair.
true.
Literally. Yeah, it is.
When have you guys joined ESN Groningen? And why did you join in the first place?
cool. Mine is actually a funny story. I joined in my second year because in my first year I focused mainly on my studies. I went out a lot, but I was not part of any association, and I feel like I was kind of missing out on that part of being a student, and like I was not really integrated into Dutch student culture. Like I like really didn't like know most of the stuff about like related to Dutch culture, like student culture. So then I decided to either be part of an association or apply to be like a mentor at the uni. So then I decided to apply for ESN just because like I had been in intro week before. I was an intro guide, and I remember vividly I was an intro guide. I was at the sugar factory with my ESN group. I went outside. I was like talking to the people, whatever. And this girl, like this participant, comes up to me and she sees the shirt and she goes, "Oh my God, are you part of ESN?" And I was like, how do I apply for a committee? Like, what do I do? And I was like, oh, like, no, sorry, I'm just intro guide. And she went, oh, okay then. And she left. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna fucking be a part of it.
The audacity.
And then, and then I became bored just to prove to her, now come to me asking what a committee does. I'll tell you everything. I just really wanted to like, ESN was just like very cool. And it was one of the most like international associations that I knew about. And I really liked the Party and Pub Quiz Committee. That's like what I applied for in the first place because it was just really my vibe. But yeah, I was a Party and Pub Quiz Committee for a year. And then in September last year. And then in February, they were looking for managers for Introduction Week, which we are also currently now. So I decided to also apply. I don't know if I can say this. I am a very hardworking person, don't get me wrong, but the reason I applied was just because Ewan and Ruan kept on following me. They were the previous board, and they're like, if we buy you a shot, will you apply? And I was like, for sure.
Apply for manager.
Apply
for like
apply for manager. For manager.
Yeah.
So they gave me a shot. Next day, I wrote a lovely application with a very good motivational letter. To be honest, I would apply it either way, with or without the shot, because I was just very excited to be part of ESN. And then I was manager. I had a lovely time with this guy right here because he was also manager. And I think during that week, I did not study at all. I had exams. I did not study at all. I managed to pass everything. So props to me. Thank you. But it was just one of the best weeks of my life. I had a lot of fun, like seeing everything, like seeing so many people be so happy about what I have done. So cool. So yes.
Really nice feeling, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, long time ago, I knew Jeffrey. He's the president of the 35th board of ESN. He was the president at that moment when he was announced. He was trying to convince me to join a committee. It was before the summer. I didn't apply, but after intro week September 22, yes, I saw his board there, how they were working together, like the vibe and everything, and I was like, I want to be part of that. And right after that, I applied for a committee. Of course, as I said, I came for Erasmus. I always do Erasmus Live, so I ended up also in Party and Pub Quiz Committee.
Let's go.
Yes.
Now we all heard it.
And it was Party and Pub Quiz, and then last year I was in Active Members Committee because I wanted also to be like in a more like more social committee, but inside ESN.
Yeah.
And then now I applied for the board. Well, first of all, I also did the manager. I was the PR manager during February, last introduction week, February 24, yes. And and after that, it was also one of the reasons applying for board. After that experience, it was really nice week. So, yeah.
I did not do manager.
Loser.
What? Sorry. I got in without being manager.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got in without being an ESN.
Actually. No, but I joined ESN 2 years ago, I think. I did committees 2 times before. And both of my roommates were in ESN already before I joined ESN. So when I was like living together with them, I always saw like how much fun they had and stuff like that. And then I was with another association before.
Which one?
With WIP, like my study association.
Oh.
Yeah, it was also super nice. Then for like my second year of studying, I decided to switch to ESN in a way, or like apply for that.
Yeah.
Because I felt like WIP was very nice, but only psychology students, of course, because of the study association. Fair enough. And I was like, I want to have like a bit more of a broaden my horizon a little bit, like get to know people other than like from my study association and my study program. So I applied for ESN, and then I got in, and I applied for a sports committee. So I did that in the first year, and then second year I liked sports committee so much, so I was like, I'm gonna apply for like president of sports committee, and then I did president of sports committee last year, I don't know, like applying for a board was a bit of a short-term decision in a way, because I think until the last moment, like people keep asking me, oh, are you gonna apply? Are you gonna apply? I was like, nah. Like, I'm so busy with my studies, like, I'm gonna be old when I'm done with, like, my master's, so I'm not gonna do it, and then, in the end, I applied anyway, and now I'm very happy that I did.
And what made you change your mind?
To apply?
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, thank you, Ria. Nah. No, not really. I think it was a little bit that I enjoyed like the student life here so much, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna work for the rest of my life anyway, so any chance to prolong that like time of my life a little bit longer, I will take it. And I was also like, as I mentioned before, I wanted to do like a gap year for traveling after high school, which never really worked out. So from my perspective, I never really had a gap year to do like something that I enjoy. Yeah. And I was like, okay, then I'm gonna do that now by doing a board year in a way. And also, from my perspective, I also thought it's like I will learn a lot of skills that I would not learn in my studies, because it's very theoretical. And I felt like the board year would give me like insights into, areas, or allow me to develop skills that I would not learn or have the chance to develop in my studies.
So everyone in the audience apply for ESN committees. Shout out.
And managers.
And managers.
And board.
And intro guides.
And crew and intro guides. And tell everyone that you know to sign up for introduction week, February and September.
Go to the ESN events.
All of them. We have 150.
Yeah, I will
Cedric is the role model.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're succeeding quite well.
Yeah, I missed out on one event, but that's all.
Which one?
The culture.
Paint and sip.
What about the pub quiz, Cedric?
I have to still sign up for that one. Thanks for reminding me. So see you there.
For me, I wasn't part of ESN before joining the board, actually.
This is president.
Yeah,
la presidente.
Obviously, I'd heard of ESN. I'd been to some like ESN parties and stuff like that.
In Groningen? Yeah, okay.
In
ESN Copas.
That's one of the things that appealed me actually for the board here. But no, I received a message on LinkedIn from Ellie from the old board saying, talking about the board recruitment, and that's actually when I started thinking about it and looking into it more. So that's how I got into it, basically.
LinkedIn.
Headhunted.
Not sponsored.
Shout out to the prior board.
Yeah. That's great. LinkedIn is crazy. This girl was in the man.
Yeah, she was. Recruitment is real.
Yeah. So I was an intro guide in 3 introduction weeks. I loved it so much that I did it 3 times. And then I was also a part of the live music night in December and in May. And now I get to organize it. Like, it's my event for the year, which is super cool, and I'm so excited. Like, it really felt like a full circle moment for me. I met so many of my friends here, and I had so many nice experiences with ESN, and I really love PR and content creation in general, and so I decided to apply, and here I am.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cute. Yeah,
I first heard of ESN with the introduction week, of course, but I did not join the introduction week. And afterwards, in my second year of studying, I joined the Buddy and Integration Committee in the second semester as the treasurer. Very random, by the way, because I did not apply for the Buddy and Integration Committee, but it was a very fun time as well. And then after that, I wanted to continue being in a committee, so I applied for the Active Members Committee, and I was very lucky to get it. I was secretary in the Active Members Committee, so yep.
Yeah.
Pipeline.
Yeah, exactly. It fits. And then loved it a lot. And then up until like honestly January of this year, I was not sure I was going to apply for board because I had to go on exchange. But yeah, here I am. I'm very happy about it. And other than that, I did introduction guide in September 2023, and I also did crew in like 3 introduction weeks. And just been to a lot of events as well.
Damn, she's an ESN veteran.
Like honestly, I feel like
Crazy.
I've been in ESN for like 3 or 4 years, but it's only been like 2 years at most, a year and a half. I don't know. Yeah, 2 years maybe. Yeah, something like that. So it's so fun, so fun. Yeah.
And
That's
what
my
about
story.
you, Cedric? Can we ask?
Yes!
The
Passing
journey
the
is like,
mic
how you
on.
heard about it, how you joined.
Yeah, I spoke with a colleague of mine who did the same exchange program a couple of years prior, and he told me about the Erasmus Student Network and that it's very important if you want to mingle with people and meet a lot of people from all over the world that you should join every event. And I
took that too hard. He took
I
that
took it very
seriously.
too hard.
And you joined every event.
So far, I'm very good on track.
Yeah.
I will miss out on the sip and drink event or the cultural drawing event.
The paint and
The
sip.
paint and sip, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But other than that, you can see me at every event.
Oh my
One thing about
god.
Cedric, he's gonna be at every
No,
ESN.
literally.
Yeah,
like
as
shout
you
out
should,
Cedric
as you should.
because
Honestly.
incredible.
And so yeah, I've got to know all of you so far. I really like it, the whole
Yeah.
dynamic and how welcoming everyone is, how easy every one of you in the audience also is to talk to, how open-hearted. What are your favorite memories with the ESN network? If you had to pick,
Oh wow.
Oh.
This is a loaded question.
Do you have like 3 hours?
Yeah, like we'll be sitting here for the next 3 days
Yeah,
actually.
literally.
Yeah.
So
it's a
many.
me question.
Just everything.
So difficult to answer. I think one of the things that like stands out the most to me is the introduction week, just because of
Yeah.
the scale that it is. So those are some really cool memories, just seeing the crowd and like also hearing from people how
Yeah.
they met people through ESN and that they're
All the
creating fun
ESN week
memories.
couples, please.
ESN week couples.
Please.
Matchmaking.
Like,
system,
actually,
Do
like-
you
ESN
know some?
Yeah.
yeah, let's get into it. No,
Wow.
kidding. no.
We're searching for you.
Oh, that would be so cool.
It's a shout out.
We could do that.
Next intro week, we're starting a campaign. Find your soulmate through ESN.
Newsletter.
That's gonna be the theme.
New
ESN
body and
couples.
integration activity.
Marcia, I like
Okay,
that.
we're
idea.
gonna remember this.
Oh.
No, and I think also one that's maybe a bit cringe, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Oh.
Some of my favorite memories are just with the board at
Sweet.
like consties in
That's
the
not
office. We laugh together so much. We
It's
have
so
a weird
wholesome.
Yeah.
sibling dynamic going on.
I also have to agree. I love my board. I love them so much, and they're such a pleasure to work with. And they're really sweet and like unique in their own ways, and everyone brings something new to the table.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think.
And that's a very big thing because like we're very different personalities if you think
Yeah,
about it.
for
It's
sure.
actually crazy, but it balances out
So well, yeah.
so well.
Yeah.
Like honestly, shout out to the committee that put us together, like the application
Genuinely,
committee that put
yeah.
us together because like it's great. Like it's really great. Sorry I cut you off, but like,
No, it's
I
okay.
agree. The personality thing.
No, it's
yeah.
okay. Like it's your turn. Like it's
Like I think the main thing that I would tell people when they would like my friends would ask me like, oh, like what committees are you doing this year, or like, oh, what else are you doing next to your studies? It's like, or when I try to explain to my parents what I do in a committee or in a board, it's like it's just the people. This is like oh my god, like what is it? This thing that the life quotes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it really like the thing that makes ESN Groningen so good, and ESN in general, is really
Yeah.
the people that come together.
Yeah.
Like it's like you'll be in a committee. I want to say like as an excuse to have a super fun friend group and organize super cool events together
Yeah,
for
I
other
agree.
people to enjoy, and that was the main thing that attracted me to like the committee
So
and
the
to everything.
Deeper connection and the belonging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
think also what contributes to that is the fact that it's mainly international students and people that are
Yeah.
away from home. So within ESN, it feels like kind of a family away from your home.
Yeah.
Everyone is really
Sweet, yeah.
dedicated and motivated
Yeah.
to take part because this just means a lot to them.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
really feel that
Yeah, that's true.
True.
So
And it's actually super cool because we are the most international board that ESN has had so
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
Slay.
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's really nice to just like learn about new cultures and like just find a home away from home, I guess, with some beautiful people.
I don't think I can say mine.
Is it inappropriate beer?
No,
one
it's
will
just
listen
I
to it,
met
no.
my boyfriend in ESN. I feel like that's very cute.
That's cute.
Right? Shout out to my boyfriend.
Shout out to.
Will remain nameless
Okay.
for HR purposes.
I thought he had been mentioned before, actually. But, let's see about that.
No. But favorite memories. I have to say that I really met some of my. I'm very close with some of the people that I met in my first year in ESN, like Lasse, Aiden, Roisin. Like I really became super close with them. And then I think one of the best moments that I shared with them was when we were in Active Members Weekend 2. And we were just, everything had ended, like the party had ended, we were just going back to sleep. And we stayed awake for 1 hour just yapping about nothing. And I could not like shut up ever. So I just kept on talking, and we were laughing so hard. It got to a point that all of us were crying of laughter.
Nice.
And I think that it was so fun. It was such a nice moment. And I don't know, I think since I joined ESN, like in my second year, it was actually like, it really changed my perspective about studying, like in a way, like in Groningen as well. Because I just learned so much about like student culture, Dutch student culture, like beer counters, anytimers, stuff like that. And like to just be with a group of people that then became my friends and doing all of these fun things with them, it was just really, really nice.
Yeah, I kind of choose one. Like what I always do is like choosing one per year. Because with Party and Pub Quiz, I remember like it was our last event of the year. And after that, we just went to the house of one of the members. We just stayed there for really long, just gossiping the whole night and like just being together, really nice. With AMC, with Active Members Committee, well, I would say also the end of the Active Members Weekend, the second edition, we had our session of reviewing the whole weekend and everything, but yeah, we got really close. It was really bonded committee, so
They were crying in the kitchen
Yes.
for 2 hours, actually sobbing. They were like, please, other people step in because we're having a moment. And
yeah, like it was the whole emotions of organizing a whole weekend for, I think it was like for almost 60 people, and like you see the reward after organizing the whole thing, and you see that people is having a really good time, and it's like,
I can attest for it. It was very cool.
in part it's because of you, so it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm even getting the thumbs up. Yeah, and like with managers also saying as we are being at the stage and seeing that, like again, Jeffrey, I remember in one of the parties he just told me, you see all these people having fun, well, in part it's because of you. And I was like, wow, that's when I realized what we are doing is actually having an impact on people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that like those memories are really nice. Yeah, and well, I love them. Really.
Same.
Yeah, like
But the Furies.
yeah, you're spoilering. Honestly,
I know
no,
you too well.
I was gonna say Battlefield Race for sure, but before that, I also wanted to give like credit to the Active MS Weekends because like I think they were always a
Sign
highlight
up!
for me. Yeah,
you.
no, but it's so much fun and like. You get so much closer also like with people from other committees, and you have a lot of like you have the whole weekend to bond with them as well and do a lot of like fun activities, whatever. And during the week you have like your meetings with your committee, so you spend most of the time with them. But actually, like in both years, like those committee meetings are like evenings where we would like cook together, do like the committee challenges. Those were also like in both years always a highlight for me.
Yeah.
And then as we already mentioned, but since I was in sports, like Battlefield Race specifically.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, okay. So, I want to say it is in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest relay race in the world. And it goes from, like, people run from Nijmegen to Enschede in the Netherlands. If people don't know.
Only a little
geography.
bit in Germany also.
Oh, yeah, like a part of it goes through Germany, and it's very fun because, like, it's a relay race. So people go like with their association, and they're like associations, like student associations, sport associations from like the whole Netherlands that go there together, and then they camp all.
Super nice.
Nice.
It's really like the vibe, immaculate. they all camp together at like the University of Twente, and then you have like a morning shift, a night shift, afternoon shift, and you drive like in the van, and like it's funny because when you run, you have like a partner, and your partner is gonna bike like next to you, and then there's like a switching point, and then you take the bike and bike next to the
other one.
to the person
The
that is
runner.
then running, basically the runner, exactly. And it's
Super cool.
it's great. Just like the
Super
whole
nice.
concept is like, I love it. And also like the organization was like a lot. But if I could do it, I would do it again. Like after board year, I would immediately sign up for like sports committee again and organize Bata again. Like,
After board
honestly,
year, you would sign up for a committee.
literally,
I'm
like,
doing
if
the
it's-
same. No, after this board year, I'm signing up to be podcast host like immediately.
But yeah, I would. So Bata, I love it. Yeah.
Nice.
Glad I'm doing that now. When is the next run?
It's not happening anymore.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
sad. Like we
nice.
heard like
We missed out on that.
yeah, we heard yesterday. We read like in an article that the
might
last
not
board
happen.
of Bata could not find like new people to apply for the board of Bata, so it's probably not gonna take place. And like, I was so sad. So like, if there are anywhere people out there that still want to do like
Yeah. If
boards
you guys want to
from
sign
Bata
up,
Feel a Race,
So if you want to
Go for it.
events to still going on, apply for boards,
I think
apply for
we
committees.
should,
because otherwise,
Yeah.
I think we
So-
should meet up with Twente and we
Honestly.
create our own Bata Fury.
So,
Let's see.
so to summarize the whole ESN experience, it's that you bond with people for a lifetime,
yeah.
and you can see the fruits of your labor through the smiling faces of the students you made happy through your work.
that
Yes.
sounds so poetic, giving like a little wall tattoo vibes. But stay.
So, what does it mean to you to be part of the executive board now, and what do you want to achieve in the next year or like your legislature period? Probably
Damn,
German.
that's a very deep question. Can you repeat again the first part, Cedric?
So, what does it mean to be
Yeah,
part of the executive board
And what I want to achieve.
compared to committees?
Yeah.
And what do you want to achieve while being part of the executive board?
So, I mean, being executive board is very different than being in a committee just because of the workload and just basically do it full time. So obviously it's going to be a little bit more tiring. You spend more time on it, but it's just like, I don't know, feels like a little bit like another committee, but that just focus on like very like important stuff and very professional stuff, which is funny. But I don't know what. This is such a deep question. Being like it feels very good. Like you have this sense of accomplishment that's really nice, but you also know that in a year it ends. So in a way, you really try to take the most out of it, which sometimes can be very exhausting because you try to do all of this stuff at the same time because you're like, I have 1 year. I have 1 year to like do everything that I want to do with this. So I'm gonna like put my entire heart and soul into it. But then maybe your heart is needed somewhere else sometimes. But it's quite fun, and I think the goal that I set for myself is to like be the best external that ESN has ever had. Wow. My competition is slightly hard, unfortunately, due to my crazy predecessors that did not sleep.
Credit to them.
Credit to them. Actually, not credit to them. No, but like the people before me did an excellent job to build the association itself and like to build the position itself. And I just really want to continue all the work that has been done for like years before me, and just to know that I can be a part of that and to know that I can build on something that has been being built on for 37 years is just amazing to me. And I just like, I really want to create something bigger out of ESN. And I think that's it.
In which areas do you want to see it grow?
Can I say?
Yes.
I want money, Cedric. I want money. No, like I'm external relations, so I work mostly with partnerships. And my dream is that you look at the map of Groningen and like each restaurant, each bar, each place, everything has an ESN discount.
Monopoly.
Get your ESN card because it's happening, guys. And it's happening slowly but surely that you can get a discount everywhere in the
ESN is
city.
becoming a bank.
Yes. I think that's it, guys.
Nice, yeah, that's good. I like the goal.
For me, well, as treasurer, she brings the money, I spend the money. That's basically.
You go hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. What does it mean? Well, now it feels really different of being in the committee because it's actually when you have the responsibility and you make the decisions, And it's like, well, people come to you, what should we do with this? And it's like, oh, normally I was the one asking the question, and now I have to answer the question and make a real decision. So, yeah, what does it mean? Responsibility, I would say. You make all the executive decisions during the week, like you are day to day there at the office. Yeah, so I could summarize in responsibility and also like professionalism, because you need to, same as me, as he has to keep a good relation with partners and everything. And for me, it's also like I'm like the one that maybe you don't see that much because I'm more like managing the numbers, but still it's like, okay, I need to be professional, I need to set the standards and everything, so follow all the standard applications and procedures. So yeah, and what was the other question? Yeah, what do I want to achieve? Yeah, what do I want to achieve? Well, being as good also as my predecessor also. Yeah. But yeah, making an impact, like, okay, like this person made this new thing, I still don't know what, but at some point of the year it will come. And yeah, like keep the organization going on, like ESN going on, and yeah, make it like people that have fun. Also with my committees, trying to really support them and help the committees that I am in charge of, and that for them realize that I am always there for them. So. Yeah. That's cool, yeah.
Sounds very good. I think
we're getting deep.
Yeah,
I was about to say, were they this deep? What did Amelie say? Write really good weekly newsletters.
I think for me, not to make it all serious all of a sudden, but with current political developments in the Netherlands, I think it's now more important than ever before to just provide like a voice for the international students here, and to really make sure that they feel welcome in the Netherlands. So I think that's going to be our role for the year. Of course, we have a lot of things going on at the same time, but I think the kind of silver lining is that we have to make sure that everyone feels welcome and has a good time here.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I think we're like the whole board is on the same page. We want to make sure that internationals feel as welcome as possible, because I think that I was kind of introduced ESN like super late, and I think it would have been a really nice thing to know about from the beginning, because like I said, it is a really lovely community. So just bringing people together. I also just want to make great content for like, I'm gonna be honest,
Dora's moment.
I have kind of I have so many things that just I'm super excited to implement as PR coordinator. But aside from that, obviously my wonderful PR committee, shout out to they're such a pleasure to work with, and they are coming up with so many amazing ideas, and I go to every meeting and I come out of it like in awe, because it's just like stuff I wouldn't have even thought about.
Sweet.
And no, really, like they're super awesome. And
What about your other committee?
Live Music Night, I love you guys too so much. They're all so super sweet. What is wrong with you? This is like choosing between my children. Like I know. They're really lovely. I got really lucky with my committees.
Yeah, I think you picked well. I think you picked well.
Yeah, I think
you made good groups.
Yeah, I think we have a really nice base of active members in general.
For sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to the active members.
Yeah, literally.
They come one in February. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll almost turn into ASMR.
I was gonna say.
Oh my god, I hated that so much as soon as I did it. Guys, next episode ASMR ESN edition.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, we do like a whisper one.
We need to reach a certain like goal on Instagram, and then we will make it possible.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes. What's the goal?
50,000 subscribers.
50,000
Wait, guys, there's so many different ones right now. What's the goal?
What's the goal?
I would say 3 likes on the next one. I'll whisper.
3 likes.
3 likes is crazy,
I really
girl.
wanna
Up
do
the
it.
price, like
Up the price, Marcia. Up the price.
Podcast special episode ASMR edition.
Yes. Who wants
We
that?
will make it.
I want that.
I want that.
personally.
Literally, I also want it.
Yeah,
Please,
let's
thank
go.
you.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Emily, continue.
I'll give a little sneak preview.
Crazy.
Sorry, that would be super funny.
No, I really loved it. I really loved it. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna repeat what they said, but honestly, especially like since, I mean, I only have good memories from ESN events, honestly. Even if things didn't go perfectly, or even if sometimes it was a little bit difficult to when I did committees to organize events or stuff like that. Even though usually it went really well because the people I was working with were really fun and really cooperative and everything. Just in general, like
everything. I have such good memories from introduction week from this September as well. Like I had the time of my life. Like the people that like literally it all comes back to the people. I'm repeating myself, but it all comes back to the people.
It is so true. Yeah.
Like even our candidate period for like the period that we like transitioned from being picked for the next board until becoming the next board. Even that, like what made it so special is the fact that we had this stupid sibling like dynamic, and that we could barely get through a meeting without going off in tangents to talk about the latest gossip. Like for real.
So
But yeah, no, it like that's what makes it really special. So honestly, like all the experiences are great, but specifically, I really loved when I was introduction guide in September 2023, because at that moment I felt like I could have the most fun with incoming students, and I wasn't like I wasn't responsible as if I was organizing an event. I was responsible for welcoming the students like in the best way possible, and I did it with one of my closest friends as my other like partner guide, and we had like an amazing week. Like it was so much fun. I think I was also very lucky with the group that I got, so shout out to them if they're ever listening to this. But yeah, no, it's
so shout out also to becoming an introduction guide.
February, guys.
Yeah, like February,
where we
September.
start.
We have some introduction guides who've been participating as introduction guides in like the intro weeks for literally like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like every intro week they're there and they show up. So
my
shout out to them.
It was also like the 4th or 5th time in. So
Yeah.
shout out to Laura.
Yes, Laura.
Nice.
Exactly.
So nice.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there's
is
a lot
such
of them that just keep coming back, and it's really fun because then they actually like you know that students are gonna have a good time with them as guides because like they've done it so many times and they're like really fun and they love what they're doing. It's why they keep coming back as well. So it's nice. It's great.
And it's also really nice to see like people from my group from like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like you see them around the city and they're like, oh hey,
how are you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah.
And sometimes like they try out for other committees like within ESN, also in other student associations, and they say like, oh, I did this because of this, and I don't know. It's just really nice to see them around all the time because they're all really nice people.
Okay, I will make it short because I think a lot of the things have been already said about like having a lot more responsibility in that sense, and also being the one actually like making the decisions and being there to like finding answers for problems where you were before the one coming with the problem in a way. So it's also more focused on like problem solving, and it's something that for now I've realized that I also like enjoy that in a way because it's in a way it makes it more challenging. Like a board unit is more challenging than a committee, but that's also a nice thing about it. And then in terms of what I want to achieve, I mean, like, first of all, I really hope that I can be a good board rep for, like, my committees, and be actually able to, like, help them out when they need it, but also have them in a way that they function well on themselves. And it's a bit tricky because, like, when they don't need me much, it's actually a good sign, but I also want that they know that I am there for them if they have questions. And then, I mean, as integration coordinator, I have I think I have like one of the freest positions in a way in terms of what I do or what initiatives I come up with or like projects. I also do a lot of internal stuff, so committee competition, for example. I'm still trying to get like a little bit into that. It's only the second week now, but I really hope I can do a good job with that as well. And then also like some of the working groups that I'm in with like other associations in the city. I hope that will go well, and we can actually do like events that bring people from like there are like some working groups that I'm with like Dutch associations as well, and I hope that I can manage to do like projects with them that bring like the more international students from ESN also together with like Dutch students from those associations, and that there's like more interchange in a way, and then generally to help people learn to love the Dutch culture because I love it very much, and
Ik hou van Groningen.
Ik hou van Groningen.
Wij houden van Groningen.
Lekker man.
So for the people listening, do you quickly want to summarize what a board rep is, for example, and the committee challenges? Because I'm not sure if they all know what it means.
I can do that. So basically we have 10 committees in total at the moment, and the committees, each of them have like their own functions, so each of them has a president, secretary, treasurer, and so forth. And then each of us as like a person on the board, except Marcia, supervises 2 of our committees, and supervising them basically means like we are we're checking a little bit in like with them if everything is going all right. Generally they are very self-sufficient, so in a way like the less we have to check in, the more it's a sign that like they are really doing great, but we are basically still there to like help them if they have any issues, or sometimes step in if needed,
Shout out to Party and Pub Quiz Committee and Culture.
Shout out to IDC and the big
well, where are my excursion and active members? Like,
Shout out to PR.
and also the other committees, sports guys.
BBC and culture.
Shut up,
yeah,
yeah.
we're missing sports, LMN, SEC,
Yeah.
EAC,
Live music
and
night.
PR.
We love everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, being part of the executive board means you commit a full-time year of your life
We're getting serious.
as a detour
Yeah.
to the eventual path of
adult life.
committing to adult
God,
life.
yeah.
So, what are the reasons, or what do you plan to do afterwards?
Dear
For
God.
me, I think you kind of expressed it in the way you phrased the question because I basically completed my master. So I would start
okay.
working after this. And so for
Fair,
me, a
yeah.
board year was kind of a stepping stone to starting like a full-time job, even
Mm-hmm.
though this is
Yeah.
a full-time job, but you still experience the student life. Also after COVID, I
yeah.
feel like I still need to compensate a little bit.
So true.
I agree.
Yeah.
Not enough Copas nights for me yet.
Don't worry, we have 500 to go. Let's
Yes,
go.
I was gonna say.
Yes, I'm not
Literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of my motivation. Also because I think specifically this board is just something that I'm really passionate about and really wanted to do. But also the concept is just a really nice, stepping stone between student life and actually starting your adult job.
I agree. I'm kind of the same.
This whole podcast. Yeah,
I agree. No, but it's true.
We are
Like,
seven seconds each other.
We are.
We're the same person.
Harmony.
Yeah. But a couple years ago, I also did like a work internship, and it was like a media production type of job. And there, it was like I learned so many things, and I am really grateful for that experience. And the only reason it even happened was because of COVID. So again, super by chance. And I think for this, it's kind of like I'm in a position and it's really unique in from like previous internships or work experiences that I've done before in the sense that like as PR coordinator, I'm in charge of PR for the organization, and I have a team that I work with, obviously, but like I get a lot of creative freedom with that, and I think that's just super interesting to explore. And also I think this is something that was said to me in my transition period, but I've seen it now more than ever. It's like the perfect mix of like your professional development and trying new things as you like before you enter the job sphere and stuff like that, but also there's that perfect mix of like student life and still being acquainted with a bunch of students, helping them out, working as a community. And yeah, it as you said, it's like a little delay before like the real world kind of starts. But I think it's really good in preparing you to face like the challenges that are to come, and just growing as an individual, because yeah, we're 1 month in and I can already see so many improvements in it doesn't matter, I continue.
Oh, I thought you were about to cry.
No, guys, this is really emotional. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, well, I don't have a degree yet. So, yeah, I'm taking my sweet time with my student life, honestly, but I'm not like regretting one bit of it, because like, yeah, it's part of the experience. At some point, like, there's this thing of like, I see everyone like on Instagram and on TikTok or whatever, like, oh my god, you never know what to do in your 20s, and like your friends are getting married and your other ones don't have a job yet, and it's like, and I'm very happy to still be in that phase of my student life, technically.
You're owning that phase.
Yeah, and I've done 2 board years before this one, not as intense as like the one that's ahead of us, of course, but it still kind of like prepared me for what to expect, I guess, as well as like being part of a board and working with other people, and I'm learning new things every year, honestly. And like I'm just delaying my studies a little bit, which is something I'm very grateful to be able to do. And yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. And for me, it's not yet like a step into the adult world, because like after the board year, I will go on exchange and like finish 1 course and then like obtain my degree, and then I'll have to face what to do in the adult world at that point. But for now, it's just a prolongation of like the 2 board years that I already did, and staying in that amazing sphere that like students like get the chance to experience, especially in the amazing Groningen. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a different experience, but of course it's individual to everyone. But I'm glad we can like be all at this point, sharing that experience. Like that's a really cool thing. So yeah, that's that.
Where do you want to go on exchange?
Kind of depends on my GPA, but if I go in Europe, it'll be either like I hope either like the UK or like Switzerland maybe. But my preference for the UK because I hope to go there like after my degree. And if I can go outside of Europe, it would be amazing to be able to go to Australia. But I think it'll be inside Europe. Yeah. So yeah, and Europe, the continent.
Yeah, so I think the reason I applied in the first place and what I want to do next is basically I really like contract law. That's what I was like when I was studying. That's the thing, either that or criminal law. But I really liked contract law, and my position, it's basically partnership managing, and I deal a lot with contracts and like, you know, talking to partners and acquisition and all of the stuff that involves. And I really like football, and I really like F1 in school, like F1 in schools.
So the cliche is true with football.
I really like football, and I really like F1, and what I want to do in the future after I graduate, after everything, is really to just dive into contract law in sports. So sports contract law. So basically, football contracts, you know, Jokeris wants to leave Sporting to go to Manchester United. Please, no, that will never happen. But stuff like that, you know, me taking care of like the transition, because it's just something I really like, and it like kind of makes both of the things that I love, which is like football and law. So it's perfect.
Nice. Why did I apply? Well, being manager, it was really big reason, but I also wanted to be board before I applied for manager. Why? Well, again, I was seeing the previous boards, how they were doing, and I was like, well, I also want to do that. And I also see a board year, for me, in my case, it's really a transition between the studying life and working, because now I'm basically done with my master's, and for next year, hopefully finding a job here in Groningen or somewhere in the Netherlands. I want to stay in the Netherlands for a couple of years. So and that's basically a transition between study and working.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. Like as mentioned, I will do my master's in neuroscience, and then afterwards, honestly, I'm not entirely sure where that master will lead me. Like either I'll go into really the biology and neuroscience direction, and then see where that will take me, or I go more into like the cognitive modeling direction, and then maybe, because I also have a minor in data science, do something like, I don't know, AI related. I will see, because like the master, I can tailor it a lot to how I want it to be, but I also definitely want to stay in the Netherlands, so I hope that will work out, but after my board year, I still have like 2 years to go for my master, so some time to think about that.
Nice.
Yeah, and great transition, because we're going back to the Dutch culture. I will just gonna throw you some buzzwords, and you gonna come up with some recommendations out of the Dutch culture.
Okay,
nice.
Cool. Okay,
so we're gonna start off with music.
Yeah.
Torfie gang!
I got you. Okay.
Sexy lady.
Okay, I will take over that. Okay. First of all, Turfy Gang. Don't take the lyrics too seriously, but great guys, okay. Next, Nachtdienst. I think they're actually kind of from Groningen. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to say wrong stuff.
Represent
Then,
local dogs.
Yes, Focus Simmons, amazing. Flair, also really great. Okay, Roxy Dekker, you all know her. It's like, so basically at this point.
3 songs.
Then also Vrouwtje.
Oh, yes.
Really great. Really great. And some of like Mr. Belt and Wissel, for like, I don't know if you pronounce them that way, but for more like the house techno vibes. And they're like, I always forget the names of the like Dutch DJs in a way, but there are a lot of like nice Dutch techno and house DJs.
Yeah, Oliver Heldens, Armin van Buuren. So.
Yeah, but they're more like
they're more classic.
Yeah, more like EDM direction.
Yeah, okay.
Not as much like the disco vibes, but like yes.
I'm looking for songs. Because I'm trying to remember the name. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I would also like. Need to check
copyrights.
We need to mute her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was looking for the song.
Yeah.
Fair.
But Crisscross Amsterdam also is like really festival. I like that they don't. But I was gonna say someone else. Kranje Papi.
I have to.
From
Groningen.
That's cool. I really like the I'm
and
Links and Red.
and
No.
and lyrics. Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah. I think that's all.
I also really like Party Squad. Party Squad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and shout out to Lotje. Lotje is like from the Lastrum of like the Utrecht studentenvereniging. Like I think it's from the core there, so like let's not talk about that. But yes.
Okay.
Dutch national anthem, that's a banger.
Do you know it?
Dora, could
Of
you
course
recite
I-
the
Yeah,
beginning of
please
the-
Well,
do that.
please?
You know, March, I think it's your turn.
For next recommendation would be traveling destinations
In the Netherlands.
in the Netherlands.
I would suggest I think I've only been to like Amsterdam and like small like towns around Groningen, but something that I really really want to visit in the future that I'm really excited for is Utrecht. I haven't been there yet. I really
It's
want to
really nice.
visit, but something that I went to and I found absolutely beautiful that I want to go again is The Hague,
Yeah.
Hague, and Delft. Those were like two of my favorite cities that I went to visit. Very pretty.
Yeah, for me, yeah, I really like that trip that I did for a weekend and just go. It was only one night trip, but I went to Rotterdam before. Yeah, it was Rotterdam, but before I stopped at Gouda, where the cheese come from,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and then I stayed one night in Rotterdam. Then the day after, I went to Delft, and then I went to Den Haag.
Oh, nice.
And then just came back. But also really nice, Utrecht, I also like that. And at the islands, like Ameland, Schiermonnikoog. I have never been in Texel. I really want to go at some point. But yeah, I think you really see you really see the Dutch core there at the islands.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Ameland excursion. Shout
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Ameland actually. I think
Oh,
it's
really?
it's really beautiful. But like
Yeah.
I think I have not traveled as much in the Netherlands as I could have by now. A lot of the things were mentioned, like Utrecht for example. So yeah, I think the islands definitely, and then I don't know, like also like. Was it last summer? I'm not sure. I think it was summer before. Like my family was like visiting me in Groningen, and then we were just like one day we were just like driving a lot like in the area above Groningen, just like with the car, and it was like, oh, actually like the houses look so pretty, like just like that everything is so green and like it looked super fresh. I was like, oh, this is actually like pretty, not a city or anything, but like
So you
it
can
looked nice.
find hidden gem villages.
Yeah,
there.
hidden gems in Groningen. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Friesland. I also Friesland is a very cool destination.
Yeah, I think that's like where we were like
Leeuwarden.
driving around.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It's an area. And food.
Kip burger from the hoek.
Keep yeah,
Keep
I
burger
love
from
that.
not
I
from
love
anyone
that.
else. Keep burger from the hook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Goated.
That's the only.
Yoppie burger also.
That's-
Oh,
Really
Yoppie
nice.
That's
burger.
after a night out.
Where you
Yoppie
get
burger. At the hook.
That's
Yoppie
cool,
burger at the hook is the best thing that was ever invented by anyone ever.
Meet us
Yoppie
at the
burger.
hook.
Yeah.
Meet us at the hook.
Rocket
Excursion to the
rockets.
hook.
I feel like Dutch candy is really underrated because people always think of licorice, which I know is a very niche flavor, so it makes sense that not everyone likes it. But you have so many good like types of Dutch candy, and I remember as a child, like my grandma would always send us a box just filled with typical Dutch candy.
Best grandma.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would say even if you're not a fan of Dutch food, try out the different types of candy.
Okay, time to go candy shopping at Jumbo.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no,
Sure.
honestly, like I agree. Like the candy's good.
Is there a great candy store in Groningen?
Ooh.
Yeah, Min has a lot of.
Oh yeah, on the like shopping street.
Yeah.
Here's that. Yeah.
Yeah, here stands.
Yeah. Yeah.
So true.
A
I've never
little-
been.
a
Time
big
to go there
selection.
afterwards. No.
Yeah.
Not sponsored once
Not
again.
sponsored, not affiliated.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
get there.
Cute.
Okay.
Billboard question, go.
The billboard question. So I have to read it. If you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, metaphorically speaking, getting a message out to every student of Groningen, what would it say and why? It could be anything. An
That
inspirational
is
quote.
crazy.
Whatever you come up with. Something funny.
Lekker. No, I'm kidding.
Lekker man.
Lekker man. ESN is like
Apply.
Dat heb je zeggen geloof ik.
A message to every
Feed.
student. Well, I don't know what I could I say. Well, first of all, enjoy your time here in Groningen. I think Groningen is a really nice city to study.
That's too big, Oscar. That's alright too big.
Yeah, sorry. Well,
It's a billboard. You
I
can fit it on a
disagree.
billboard. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
no,
free
but-
to
well, if I
design a
have to
billboard.
summarize, is enjoy Groningen. That's it. Yeah.
That's good. Just enjoy life.
Yeah. Enjoy
Wow.
the student life in Groningen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Back to the wall tattoos, guys. Your mom would have them in their kitchen. You want to say more, Bia?
Actually, I have
Yeah.
a better one. If I had one chance to put anything on a billboard, it would be join ESN Wednesdays
At Copas.
and come to Ocean 41 and Palace parties. Thank you. That was it.
Nice. You're
Uh,
convinced.
I would say, okay, I would have two. First of all, learn Dutch. It's really worth it, in my opinion.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah, you look very skeptical, but like, let's be honest.
Can you make an argument?
I'm pretending I'm in the Office episode every time Lily speaks.
I'm waiting for counter arguments because like,
What makes speaking Dutch so enticing to you?
okay, first of all, I love the Dutch language. It's so cute and adorable, and
Yeah,
the
that's-
words
that's-
are like amazing and
Yeah.
very cute. Second of
Perfect
all,
depiction.
Second of all, in like Groningen, you have a lot like even if you talk to Dutch people, they will be super open and like super
Yeah.
friendly and everything. But still, you have like a lot the Dutch bubble and you have the international bubble.
Yeah.
And like if you want to get like a little bit out of the international bubble and like actually get to know like Dutch culture more and make Dutch friends as well, it helps a lot if you speak Dutch.
Yeah.
And like in my opinion, it's really worth it because you are here in the city in this country and like it's so nice. So like.
Yeah.
Learn at least a little bit of Dutch, and usually like people are like super appreciative of it, and maybe they try to you don't pronounce it that way, but like in a very like
Gezeller.
For me,
Gezellig.
for me,
This is all very gezeller.
gezeller. You said gezeller the whole time.
Gezeller?
Gezellig.
Last week they tried gezeller.
This is very gezeller.
Well,
Did I say it correctly?
Yeah,
this
maybe
time?
to be more
Yeah,
mindful.
great,
No.
amazing,
you're trying. That's really important.
amazing.
Okay, nice.
Anyway, that
But
was
I
like,
agree.
that
I
was-
agree with Libby.
Thank
It
you,
really
Oscar.
help you to span your
Yeah.
friendships and
And it also
Yeah.
makes sense when you come to a country that you don't live
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
really
worth
important.
it. Like really, like yeah,
Yeah.
you have it with Donitas probably.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know. It's yeah.
Thanks
it's
to
really
that, I
worth
mean,
it.
I don't speak that well. Like I just have basic conversations, but it really helps for them also. Like, oh, you're trying in Dutch. Oh, you have a really good pronunciation. I don't agree with that, but like I try my best, and they are really receptive and really positive about that. So
Yeah,
it's really worth it.
Yeah, and the second one would have been like actually as what Oscar said, like enjoy Groningen for as long as possible because it's, in my opinion, it's the greatest student city out there.
Yeah.
In my opinion, not that I could compare it, but like from what I hear, you know.
And why is it the best student city out there?
Because
Because we have ESN Wednesday at Copas.
ESN.
Come.
ESN.
No, we have the greatest student culture.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
honestly.
true.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
What I think would be really funny is have a huge billboard for Groningen to be like, have you tried the Heijerpal?
I was
I don't know. I think
I was
that'd be
going
really
in
funny.
such a different direction.
Dora's looking at me really disappointed right now.
Oh
This is why I'm being. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Love you.
She's not kidding.
I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, I just think that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. I was going to go the inspirational route.
Oh,
Let's hear
you
this
are
one.
loved.
Well, I don't know about a quote, but just something like a little reminder for people to be like, look at where you are, and just
Cute.
for
That's
people to be really
adorable.
proud
That's adorable.
of them, you know, taking this step, being independent, going out to pursue their education and stuff. I think it's really something to be proud of, and I feel like maybe that feeling gets lost a little bit by
Yeah.
all the challenges
I
you
agree,
have
yeah.
and everything going on. So something like that.
That's
What's
nice.
that? What's that sound or video? Like, take like, so like what is it? Take
Yeah,
take
take
mo-
a second to breathe or
no,
something.
no, no. But
and-
it's like oh, like take a moment to look around. Like what's that song? Emily, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. Never mind.
Oh, you're gonna leave the room and then think about it.
Ah, yeah. Should I do? Okay. Yeah, I also prepared something. It's
Oh.
part of. It's actually really close to March's theme
What?
because it's part of a poem by William Henry Davis. It's called Leisure. And
Wow.
it's, what is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. So it's actually very intertwined with our thoughts.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just about savoring the moment. Don't dwell in the past. Don't worry about the future. Just enjoy the moment,
Yeah.
like I'm doing right now with you guys in the podcast studio. And that wraps up our episode. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for being on the podcast and
Thank you
talking
for having
to me.
us.
I liked our conversation. And yeah, if you have any recommendations for future topics, just text us on Instagram, write us a DM, follow the podcast, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. And
Promo.
look for some hidden gems in the past podcast episodes, and follow us on Spotify or wherever you want to hear from us. And we hope to see you in the next one. And
Yay!
keep up to date.
Oh, well done. Thank you.